Well, some breaking news here for the Buzz and Roar show. Lamelo Ball has gotten traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm here joined by Hornets culture. I guess you should just give me your initial thoughts on this trade. There is a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there definitely is a lot to talk about. What's going on, everybody? It's Culture here. I'm excited for having me on and a little emergency podcast this morning as I am absolutely shocked and cannot believe I'm sitting here and talking to you about this topic. We've talked before, but nothing this extreme. So basically, last night after the draft, around an hour or so, there was a report that came out about rumors, and I was shocked because they put a time limit on it. Shams was like, LaMelo Ball could be traded in the next 24 to 48 hours. And there's been LaMelo rumors in prior years, and we know this as Hornets fans, but not with a time limit. And when there was a time limit, that's when I got nervous. And it was like Milwaukee, Toronto, Minnesota, and some other team was interested. And I hated all the options because like Minnesota originally I was seeing they would give us Gobert and then they weren't touching Jaden McDaniels and I was like, all right, what about Boston? Because I would be content if it was Jaylen Brown for LaMelo. That's the only trade I'd be fine with. And then I wake up and I see this on my phone and I don't even know what to say. My head's all over the place. I'm going a million miles per hour. I was just going live on Instagram. We had like 200 plus people in there. Been posting all day, making sad LaMelo edits. I just can't believe this is actually happening, man.
I
It's
mean,
insane.
it is insane. And I mean, I actually woke up and I'm not kidding. Like, you texted me within the first like five. I'm not even kidding. Literally, I woke up, grabbed my phone, then you texted me
Yeah.
and said, "Oh my gosh, this is happening. Like, he just got traded. It just happened." And I was like, "What? No, it didn't. You're lying. You're lying, right? You're lying." And so I searched it up and I was like, "Okay, well, did we get something decent?" And that's kind of where I bring in kind of the more analytical part of this, where we didn't get, I guess, the worst possible trade. We didn't get the best for sure. Like, LaMelo is
Yeah.
way better than Nas Reed and all these picks. But the picks are kind of what I want to talk about here, because could we go out there and trade, your logo Miles Bridges or just the picks to go get a new point guard? Because actually Lee was talking about it on your live stream just a couple minutes ago, about 30 minutes ago, how he has talked to Jeff Peterson in the past and he really wants like a number one guy. Like he always wants to be number one. Who is number one?
Yeah. I'm
I mean,
not
I mean,
sure exactly
I
what
mean,
that
I mean,
means.
could we go get a number one guy with those picks? Could we trade Nas Reed for a number one guy? Could this all just be, a loophole to trade Miles Bridges, all the picks, Nas Reed for, Jaylen Brown? Like what is this even, hinting from Jeff Peterson is kind of my main question. I still trust Jeff Peterson. I don't think that this is going to just crumble the team. I don't think it was really all that bad of a decision. I just think what we got in return could have been better the first time around rather than having to trade. Then we're good.
Yeah. A lot of thoughts come out of what you just said. My first one is why was this report not come out before the draft? Because you definitely could have gotten a top pick. They were rumored a couple weeks ago to want to go get Caleb Wilson at 3. And I don't know why I mean, at that point, I would have pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think we're talking about enough, or we haven't discussed yet, is how Josh Green was also included on the Hornets side. It was LaMelo and Josh Green for Reed and all the picks. Um, I think we could have gotten more valuable, even if it was last night in the second round. I think you could have gotten a couple seconds for Josh Green or done his own separate deal. So I'm not happy about that. And then we talked about the picks, a lot of pick swaps, 3 second round picks, a 29, a 32, and a 33. I want to talk about the 2033 unprotected first round pick because it's a boomer bust. If some reason this doesn't work out in Minnesota, which I see it absolutely working out, I want to make that clear. But if it doesn't work out, maybe that pick's somehow a high draft pick. But the 2033, we're talking about like a kid who's an AAU right now.
Yeah.
Like this is a 12, a 13-year-old that we're talking about. And we have all these picks, and you got to think, Ethan, you got to think in a matter of time that you're going to be bundling everything together and going to get somebody. Like you
Mhm.
have the picks if you wanted Giannis, but You didn't make Lamelo available for Giannis a week and a half ago, or however long ago he was traded. So I don't know. I have lost trust in Jeff Peterson. I know you still believe him. I like Jeff Peterson. I think he hit on the con pick. I think he's made some good moves. He flipped Yusuf Nurkic into Colin Sexton and whatever, and then we
And now
flipped
Kobe
that, and
White.
he's done a good job. Yeah, we flipped that into White. I don't think White is the point guard for the future. You're gonna have to pay him now. You haven't paid him yet. So like there's a lot of question marks on this team, and I really don't know if Jeff Peterson knows what he's doing.
And that's the last thing I feel. Well, not like the last thing, but I mean, like you mentioned, Kobe White. Why haven't we paid him yet? Like if Jeff Peterson knew this whole time that he was trading Lamelo, then why haven't we, extended Kobe White yet? So it
I
almost
I
it almost
100% agree.
it
And there's
almost makes me wonder if we're not going to re-sign Kobe. And I get that sounds weird, but what if we don't re-sign Kobe and then trade all this stuff to get a like really really good player, but we wouldn't be able to do that unless we got rid of Kobe because of the cap space situation. Okay, right now I'm not worried about cap space. Okay, Melo's gone. We have got so much cap space, 60 to 70 million dollars in open cap space. Okay, to spend in free agency. And me and you were talking about earlier, Isaiah Hartenstein. I was talking on the Hornets group chat a minute ago. Isaiah Hartenstein could be, a main factor in, the free agency class this year that we could go out there and grab. But I mean, there is, you're right, there is so many questions. I do kind of still believe that Jeff Peterson could be just cooking something up here. I don't think I think there is a situation where I think this is a situation where Jeff Peterson has really proved himself already. Okay, I mean we all have to agree on that. Jeff Peterson has really proven himself to be trustworthy. Okay, and I think what he's going to say, because he's actually going to be on live stream at 1 p.m. today, not for a press conference, but for a rookie introductory press conference. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people saying, okay, why did you trade Melo? And he's going to be like, sit back. I've got something in store. Okay. Now, I can't guarantee that, but I think there is a high possibility that within the next couple days there might be three more trades that we go out there and make. And I don't know what those will be, but if we go out there and get a Jaylen Brown and we just basically traded Melo for Nas Reed and Jaylen Brown, then that was a success in the end, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would call that a success, but I don't know how realistic that is. I mean, the press conference today, they're going to be talking about the draft picks. And the reason why I mean, a huge part when I was watching the draft is they were like, this kid Steinbach from Washington is going to set screens and get LaMelo open and he's going to rebound because rebounding was our biggest weakness. And it kind of seemed like he completed that. And then you go out 2 days later and trade his. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't think Jeff knows what he's doing anymore. Unless there's a move done in the next week, like, I don't know. I mean, let's talk about free agency. Free agency opens up on the 30th, and then people can be officially signed around the 4th of July. This is a weak free agent class, though, if I remember correctly. Like, yeah, Harkenstein would be good for the team. Would he solve a lot of problems? Yes, 100%. It'd move Musa being a backup, which I think Musa would be a better backup and whatever, and give the rookie, like, kind of mentor him. But then you don't have a score. Like Kobe White is not the guy to bring up the ball and facilitate. That's the reason why Con Canepa was so good is because he would just move off of LaMelo. All the eyes were always on LaMelo ball on the floor because he's so flashy and he can just do it all himself. And that's why I think Con led the league as a rookie in the most three-pointers made because LaMelo, when he would drive and attack the rim and everybody would collapse defensively, the kickouts were right there for Con. And Khan's not going to have that if Kobe White is your primary point guard.
I mean, I will say that there may have been. I mean, that's a good point. I want to put out there that maybe there was something that convinced Jeff Peterson and Charles Lee last season that Kobe White is that guy. And personally, I don't think he is, but maybe there was something last season that proved to them that he is which then led to this Lamelo Ball trade. And here's the thing, the Timberwolves have been wanting Lamelo since last trade deadline. This is not something that, is kind of unexpected. Like every time that, LaMelo goes on the, trade rumors swirl, it's always the Timberwolves. But I expected to get something a lot, more valuable than this.
Yeah, I agree. Even like just Nas Reed and picks, like they couldn't throw us a young guy, like a young guard to be like, oh, I guess they just paid Ayo DeSumo, but like I don't know. I don't like this, and my initial thoughts are not good at all. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know. It's just so frustrating because a team that was so close after being bad for so many years, like we went from 19 wins to like what, 42 and then made the play-in. My reason about what they might have seen in Kobe White would have been that play-in game when LaMelo had some costly turnovers and wasn't really that clutch of a player, and maybe they were like, wow, like we're trying to go to the next level in the postseason, like Melo can't be turning the ball over and fouling Tyler Hero with 5 seconds to go and keeping the heat in it. And now nobody talks about that because LaMelo had the layup and then it went down and it was the Miles and
Mm.
Brandon Miller block. But Kobe White stepped up in the playing game, so maybe they're looking for a guy with more playoff experience. But I would like to pull up if we can. I want to look at the free agent guards because I don't even know who's on the market, but I guess I should, right?
I heard that it was really slim. That it is really slim who is on the market for free agent guards. I do know that there's not that many. I know that power
God,
forward and
this list
center.
sucks, dude. This
Yeah,
list absolutely sucks.
power forward and
Brad,
center are more so the main thing.
yeah, it's more bigs like Bagley and Aiden, and but it's like the guards are Bradley Beal, Bruce Brown. Oh my God, Jordan Clarkson. Like none of these guys are going to be Mike Conley, Seth Curry. None of these guys are going
Let's
to be
bring Seth
legitimate.
back.
Lou Dort is a free agent, which I wouldn't hate just because of his defense, but offensively, you still don't have that guy. I mean, LeBron's a free agent, but we know he's not coming here.
Yeah,
Austin Reeves just re-signed. Al Horford re-signed too. So like, I don't know. This is not looking good. Zach LaVine's open. James Harden's open. And Fred Van Vliet, but he's coming off an ACL tear. I
I
don't
don't
really.
know if I'd be that mad about. I mean, I know it's unlikely because they're most likely to, accept a new deal. But I mean, I wouldn't be that mad if Zach LaVine or James Harden, declined their team option and then we signed them. But
I was gonna say they're both making like 43 million a year.
yeah,
So,
and I mean, we've got the cap space for that now. Now we do.
which is crazy to say.
But I mean, I mean, this whole situation is crazy.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you would have told me not even 24 hours ago that LaMelo Ball would be like traded for Nas Reed, I would have been like, you need to go get drug tested.
Yeah, right after the trade, like the draft too. Like that's probably the worst part in my opinion. It's just that like I was enjoying my night and then Shams comes on my TV screen right after the last commercial break that was about to end the draft. And then he says, "Breaking news, LaMelo is going to be traded within the next 24 to 48 hours." And I was like, "What?" I mean, this whole thing is just, did you just get that notification? This is literally like mid video. Did you just get the notification?
I did not. I'm on
Okay, so
TV.
so so the Hornets did not trade for anybody yet, but the Celtics are currently actively shopping Jaylen Brown.
Okay, that was known.
Yeah, yeah, but like it says the Hornets are a trade partner for it. They're
Oh, really?
actively
Who posted that?
um hold
You
on.
seen that on Instagram or Twitter?
No, it's something else. It's the score, but it is a valid source. Don't get that wrong. It's from Shams.
Really?
It says there's multiple teams involved in Jaylen Brown.
I'm not seeing it.
I don't know.
I mean, I would take Jaylen Brown, and I think Nas Reed would be perfect in Boston because he stretches the floor and he'd be like a Porzingis for them. Like that's, I
Yeah.
mean, when they had Porzingis, they won it all.
Well, then what if we keep Nas and then get Jalen Brown as well? Is that even an option?
I mean, I don't even know. I feel like the contracts you'd have to give up Nas, unless you gave up Kobe
Probably.
White.
Ooh, that's where I draw the line.
I mean, Kobe White is not as good as Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's coming off of
Yeah, but we wouldn't have much
MVP
guard depth at
caliber.
all if we did that. Especially
Yeah,
considering
I
that
mean,
if we got
maybe
Jalen
Trey
Brown, we would
Man.
have like no money to spend in free agency anymore.
I mean, what Jaylen Brown's contract's probably around like 40 something million. So then you could sign like a $15 million guy. So
Yeah.
yeah, probably wouldn't be the best. But I mean, Jaylen Brown, I would love on Charlotte because he's coming off what statistically was his best season. And I think he will get dealt, whether it is to Charlotte or anything, because he kind of blew it up with the relationship. Um, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be upset if it was Jaylen Brown to.
If we got Jalen Brown, then we can all just stop the Jeff Peterson hate, right?
Yeah, 100%. He can earn back my trust if he gets Jaylen Brown, but if he goes and he signs anybody else, I don't know.
All right, well, is that all we have to say for this?
I think so. We just wanted to come on here and just talk about our initial reactions. We've been live on Instagram. We'll probably go live on Instagram later tonight. But just want to get this post out as soon as possible so people know what we're thinking.
Yep. All right, well, hit that subscribe button, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button to the Buzz and Roar Show. Hit that subscribe button to Hornets Culture's YouTube channel and follow for more stuff on both of our Instagrams. And hopefully Jeff Peterson can figure all this out. Cross your fingers that LaMelo Ball fails his physical. Let's go Hornets, as always, and see you guys for episode 40 this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Peace.